Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you the step-by-step on how to create a spiral, and this is the Archimedean spiral of two convolution in AutoCAD. Now this is great, or is a great exercise if you're learning technical drawing or want to get more comfortable with AutoCAD precision tools. So let's jump into things. All right. Now here we're in AutoCAD. My drawing space is already set up, so we're going to continue from here. Now as you can see, we have our question here. It says spiral of two convolution. It says point P is 40 millimeters from point O being the center of the circle. It starts moving towards O and reaches it in two convolutions around it. You are required to draw the locus of a point or of the points. All right, and we're going to be doing it down here. So let's get into things. Now the first thing that we're going to do is start with our base circle. As you can see here, we are given this dimension here from point 0, which is the center, to the end of the circle is 40 millimeters. So it means that the radius of the circle is 40. So let's get things going. I'm going to type C on my keyboard and press enter. Click somewhere here, open up my cursor a bit more, and then enter 40 for the dimension. So now I have my circle of 40 millimeters. All right, let me go ahead and put this on my object layer right there. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to be dividing this circle into, let's make it 8 equal parts. So I'm going to draw a line from the center here of the circle to this quadrant here. All right. Then I'm going to select this line here that I've just drawn, and I'm going to make my way to polar array. So I'm going to go to array here, click on the drop down menu, select polar, and then simply click in the center here. That is going to divide my circle into a number of equal parts. By default, it is currently at 6. I'm going to change that value. So I'm going to change item value from 6 to 8 because we're working with 8. All right. Excellent. Now, once that has been done, you can go ahead and click on this array that you have just created and type X. X is the shortcut for exploding. So once you type X, press enter on your keyboard. Now these lines are now individual. All right. Now it's time for you to label these division points. All right, so we're going to get into that. I'm going to go up here to multi-line tool, or my multi-line text tool. So I'm going to go to multi-line text, click on that one, and I'm going to start by labeling my points. Now this one here is going to be 8, and I want you to note something now. For some of these I'm going to be adding 2 numbers to them, but I'm going to start things off by counting first. So this first point, I'm going to call it 8. All right, I'm going to call it 8. All right, 8. That should be 8. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this 8, and before I do so, let me change the layer of this to my annotation, and then I'll copy it afterwards, and I'll place a copy of it. Let me turn off ortho for this, and oh snap, place a copy right here, 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 all the way around. All right, similar to when we did the Archimedean spiral of one convolution. It's just that we're doubling this one up. No, so instead of one sweep around the center, I'm now going to have 2. All right, so start things off by double editing. So this is now 1, this is 2, this is 3. All right, now we're at 4. All right, so we're at 4. Make our way to 5, and now we're at 6. Let's now make our way over to 7, and then we close things off at 8, which we have there. All right, now we have just divided this circle into 8 equal parts. The next thing that we're going to do is divide this line here, and let me copy this 8, and I'm going to place a copy somewhere inside here, probably about there. Hopefully it's not hindering any other aspect of the drawing. I'm going to change that to O. So that's point O there in the center. I'm going to be dividing this line here into twice the amount of divisions for the circle. So if I divided my circle into 8 equal parts, it means that I'm going to divide this line here into 16 equal parts. That's a lot. Alright, so I'm going to type div on my keyboard. That's a shortcut for dividing, and I'm going to press enter. I'll click on the line that I want to divide, which is this one here. Let me go ahead. Then I'll enter the number of division that I want, which is 16. Press enter. By default, you're not going to see anything here. So what you'll do, type these two letters, PT for point type, and press enter. You'll be greeted by this window here. Just simply change it to one of these here, anyone. I'm going to choose the X right here, and I'm going to go and change this here from relative to absolute and change this value to 1. Then press enter. Alright, that should give me some nice division points there. Alright. Alright, so once I've done so, the next thing I'm going to do is that I am going to be labeling my circle. So I'm going to continue to label. So how am I going to label this circle now? Alright, now this circle, I'm going to start by starting at my 1 here. Alright, so you recall this being 1. Alright, so you remember this being 8. Alright, so now it's just we're adding 1. So it's as if we're continuing our count. So this is 8. Let's start this one off at 9. So this one here is going to be 9. Try it again. This one is going to be 9. So I'm going to put a little comma there, a little hyphen if you want to call that, and then I'm going to put 9. Then I'm going to continue my count. So this is 2, or that line is going to represent 2 and 10. Then I'm moving on to this one here, which is going to be 3 and 11. Alright, now we're at 12. Just open these out as I'm going along, fixing them. I'm at 13 now. 13. And 14. Now we're at 15. And then finally, we're at the last point, which is 8 and 16. So each one of those lines actually represent 2 points if you want to think about it like that. So this line here is 8 and 16. This one here is 9 and 12. Alright? Now the next thing that we're going to do from here is that we're going to be drawing some circles. Alright? And these circle center will be at point O right here. And then I'm going to be opening each circle to each one of these division points that we have along here. Now remember, these are 16 points. I'm wondering if I should label them as well. Let me go ahead and do so now. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here, and you can also pause it and put in those division points. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 16. Alright, let me do. Alright, so I'm going there. So text tool, multi-line, starting up here. So we're at 1. Let me change the text height to 1. And yeah, just like that. Alright, so 1 is going to be on this side, and then 2 continue all the way over. Let me put this on my text layer. Alright, let me move this over. Alright, it represents the point that is going to be here. Alright, now once I've done so, I'm going to just copy that one text using probably here as my base point, and I'm going to place copies at each one of these here. right, excellent. So let's go through and rename these. So we're at 2, we're at 3, 4, 5, finally at 6, 7, 8. So we're halfway through. 8, 9, and then we're now at 10. So we're at 10, 11, we're at 12 now. Now at 13, 13 and 14, 15, 15, and then we're at 16 now. 16. All right, excellent. Now, almost the final step. We're now going to draw circles. So I'm going to go C on my keyboard for circle, enter, and then at 0, open that cursor to 16. I repeat the process, pressing enter from the center to 15. I'm sure you get the drift by now. I'm making my way to all the division points. I'm just going to go ahead and place these on my construction layer. I hope you can see it. This brown color right here. Let me just put it on the blue so you can see what's going on. So continuing circle. Let me just go to that layer as well. That's the dimension layer right there. That's in a color that you can see. So I'm just going through and adding those division points, or those circles. Now this is a bit tedious, but at least we're not struggling over paper, and if we make a mistake, the paper get messed up. This is the beauty of using AutoCAD. Alright, so I'm drawing as if I'm using compass and all that stuff, but I'm actually doing it in AutoCAD. There is a command that you can use for creating spiral, known as spiral. That's a command. Alright, and when I'm doing tangents to these stuff, I'll show you those simple methods. So there you have it. Alright, now the only thing that is remaining for you to do now, is for you to draw your locus. Alright, I'm not going to go through and add a bunch of points and all that stuff. I could, but I'm just going to explain as I'm going along to make things simpler. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to go to your draw tab, find your spin tool right here, click on it. Let me just switch my layer as well to the screen one here. And starting at 1, you're going to click there first. Ensure that you've clicked to the right spot. Then you're going to move your cursor to where the next division is, like for example right here, and you're stepping in to number 2 circle. Then you're going to make your way to number 3 circle. Number 3 circle is right here. Alright, so it's as if you're stepping in each time. So you're at here now, so it means that the next one is going to be the next one down, which is this circle here, around at 11. Alright, then repeat the process. You're stepping in a bit further, so that's where it is. That's where it is. So we're making our way to the next circle that goes in, or the next inner circle. Step in a bit more, which is right here. And you want to pay attention to this because it's easy for you to make a mistake and overlook something. Going in a bit further, let me ensure that I'm at the right one. So I'm at this one now. I'm at this one now, so I'm going to go into this one. Alright, then the next one in. Alright, and you continue this process all the way around. So now we're at number 10, 11, 12, in a bit more, 13, in a bit more, 12. So I just snapped to the wrong thing, so let me just undo, Control Z, and then step back a step and then continue. Now in a bit further, As you can see, we're getting closer to the center. We're now at here. Alright, where am I now? So I'm at this one, so the only other one is right in the center there. Once you have clicked in the center, just move your cursor up in the air like this, or somewhere along here in the open, and press enter. Alright, and just like that, it have added your involute of 2 convolution. So let me brighten things up a bit for you. This is what your involute, why am I saying involute? Your spiral, aka your Archimedean spiral, will look like. Here it is, just for you to see what it looks like. Alright, that is what it looks like. Alright, and this is the whole construction process. Now, yes, if this is an SBA piece, you must dimension, you must add your title. Alright, what are you going to be dimensioning? You're always dimensioning basically what they give you to do. So for example, the 80, that's what you'll measure here for your dimension. Your dimension would be the 80. Alright, your dimension will be what? The 80. So as you can see, this is saying 79. That's because I snapped to the wrong thing, and this is why you have to pay attention to ensure that your drawing is always accurate. So now it's at 80 millimeters. Alright, and that is it. You've just created a spiral of 2 convolution in AutoCAD. This tool is super useful, or this technique is super useful in technical drawing, alright, and when you're designing things like coils, spring, or even decorative pattern. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on future AutoCAD tutorial. Drop a comment below if there is another drawing or feature of AutoCAD that you like me to cover for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.